This is a demonstration of simple basic programming. You can see on the screen that I'm using CHIPMUNK Basic, which is an interpreter, which means that it carries out your instructions as you do them. So the first thing people like to get put on the screen is their name. And so all you do is so simple. It is, you just put, well, let's put the capitals on, print, and because we want it to talk to us, we have to put it in quotes, print Ted. And then when I hit enter, it will immediately print Ted. So there we are, we got Ted. Now, with a computer, if you want to give it a series of instructions, you have to give it a number to do it by. 1, do this, 2, do that, 3, do something else. And what we do is, by convention, is to do the line numbers in tens. So we start with 10 and we put a space in after it. And I'm going to give the computer an instruction to carry out later on, not to do it as soon as I hit enter. So I say print Ted. I hit enter and nothing happens. But if I then type run, the computer is going to go away and run the program that I've just written, the one-line program, Ted, 10, print Ted. So run, and there it is. Because I filled the screen up, I'm going to give it an instruction, a command, to clear the screen. So I do CLS, and when I hit it, the screen will clear and we'll have a fresh screen. You see? Now, the next thing is that just prints Ted all the time. So this is all English, you see. That's why I'm not going into any details. I'm going to tell it input from the keyboard. Let's call it N. Dollar. N string, N dollar. Right? We then give it the next instruction of 20. So that's input, and that N dollar is a little box in the computer, and it's named N dollar. And whatever I put in there, the computer will remember it. Like where they put the keys in a hotel, they got them in their floor number and room number. So we've got N dollar, N string. And 20, I tell it to print N dollar. And what I'm going to do on second thoughts is I'm going to go, oh, I can't use, right. Come out at 10. I'm going to overwrite 10. Input, and in quotes, what is your name? N dollar. Oh, let's got to remember my grammar. It's called syntax. N dollar. Now, if I say list, it will just give me my new line number, list. input, what is your name? And then for 20, print $N. And we've done that. And so we can say run. That's a little program, a 2-line program, right? And say run, and it says, what is your name? And I say, my name is Ted. And it's then going to print Ted. Ted, see? So let's clear the screen again. I like this big print. I've just found out how to do it. Right, clear screen. Now, if I list it, right, I can say at 15, if $N equals Ted, then print good, right? And then I'm going to say else print bad. List. And so we say input, what is your name? If the name is Ted, then print good, else print bad. You can guess what it's going to do, can't you? 20, print $N. So we run it. What is your name? Ted. Good. And it prints my name, Ted. I'll run it again. What is your name? Charlie. Bad, because it's not Ted. It doesn't matter what I put in there, you see. So we'll clear screen. We'll list. And there we've got a 3-line program that does quite complicated but apparently simple operations. So I'll leave that with you. All the best. We've just seen how to get the computer to mirror type on the screen simple things like the name Ted, and we got it to inspect the input, and if it was one thing to say good, the other thing bad. And so that's using the computer with text. We're now going to see how to use the computer with numbers. A lot of people say that computers ought to do with numbers. I dispute that. To me, computers are to do with logic. That's better. So now we're going to look at using the computer for numbers, right? And I'm going to go straight into doing a program no, I won't. I'll do something simple, right? In what's called immediate mode straight away. And I'm going to say, using the question mark for print 2 times, which is the asterisk, 4, and it prints 8. Right? We can use various functions as well and say print 4 up arrow to the power of 4, and we'll get 256. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, right? So it can do numbers. So that's simple. We clear the screen, and we're going to go into numbers now, and I'm going to get it to, instead of choosing whether Ted is good and Charlie's bad, we're going to get it to look at numbers, right? So we're going to use, first of all, we're going to say 10, and we're going to do a clear screen, and then we're going to say 20, input from the keyboard, first number, F, 30, input, second number, S, 40, if F is greater than S, then print greater. 50, if F is smaller than S, then print smaller. 60, if F is equal to S, then print same. Right, so you can follow that, same. Now 70, we're going to go back to 20. 70, go to, I'm just thinking, no, we'll just do, we'll take that out, right. So if I go to then same, right, I think that's going to work. It's nice doing it without rehearsing it. This is my second go, and what I did in that input first number, I put FN for first number, but FN is a reserved variable, which means that you can't use FN because that is a function. And so I made a muck-up, so I'll still make muck-ups. Now, we should be able to run this now, so we'll run it, and it will clear the screen first. Run. Put in the first number, 10. Second number, 5. 10's greater than 5. So we're going to run again. First number is 5. Second number is 10. And it's smaller. So we run it again. First number, 5. Second number, 5. And it's the same, right? We know that. So let's run it again for fun. First number is 5. The second number is 5.00000001. So it's smaller. Yeah, you see? So it's quite clever. So let's do a list. And it's convention as well to do 70 end. I was going to do a go to. Now, why did I change my mind? 65 go to. Right. Right. Well, we'll leave that, and I may come back to it later on. So, all the best. You can see a little bits about numbers. Hi again. We've looked at using the computer just to print and repeat what you say, what you type in, print, quote, TED, quote. And you've also seen how it can look at numbers, multiply them, work in functions. And here, this is a moderate kind of program here, and it just calculates the volume of a cylinder. And here you can see the kernel of the thing. This is the formula that uses all the variables that come in up here. So I'll go through it in line by line, and there's stuff we haven't touched, obviously. It's just a simple way to be introduced to basic programming. And if you can understand this, you can go on and do most mathematical and logic problems. Right, line 10, rem, that's remember, right? So that isn't anything to do with the operational part of the program. This is just a label. This is a conversational program. It talks to you when it calculates it. This H1 we use H conventionally as a heading, right? Heading number 1, dollar string equals, and in quotes, we've got a pattern that represents how the number is going to be presented. It's going to have that number of digits to the left of the decimal point and that number of digits to the right of the decimal point. So it's a way of cleaning up any calculations that are out of range or have decimal parts that go on and on and on. And here we come to our old friend, clear the screen. And then it gives you some information. It just prints on the screen. This program calculates the volume of a cylinder. Print gives a blank line. And then again, more instructions. You will be asked to input the radius, then the height of the cylinder. A blank line. It then says, from the keyboard, input, what is the radius? And it's the variable r, space, a line, jumper line, and then input, what is the height? And h, and it's got the formula. And always be careful when converting a formula from the written form to the computer form to get the brackets in. I remember from my maths when I was 24, BOD maths, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, in that order. And then we go on and we've got a line, and then it gives the answer. The volume is that, and then print in the image, right? That's called a printing in image. Print in that image the answer, the volume, and we've got that magical word end, right? So all I do now is I type run. This program calculates the volume of a cylinder. You'll be asked to input the radius, then the height of the cylinder. What is the radius? 23. What is the height? 44. We don't know what the units are, and it doesn't matter. And then I hit enter, and the volume is 73,123.71, and you can see it limits the number of decimal places, right? So that is it. I hope you use that. I'll do my list. You can look at that, and all you need to do is to understand the logic. And it's English, although basic means beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. There are symbols, but I don't call it a code. It's only ordinary English language. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.